Good evening. Welcome to Michaelantonio Live on Wednesday night, May 13th, 2020. And I just wanted to talk about a few things happening today and actually this week in the world and in America. And let's get right to this because this kind of really got me upset a little bit. It gets me a little angry when idiots speak in public forums. So let's get started with Mr. Howard Stern. Howard Stern, everybody, the dumbass of the week. I should say dumbass of the century for what he's saying here. This guy just burns me. He's horrible. And this is on my website, michaelantonio.biz. Everybody go to michaelantonio.biz. You can get a lot of stories like this. But let me just get started on this. Howard Stern attacks Trump supporters. I hate you for voting for him. That's what he says. Okay, so are you getting this? So he says, I can't even, this is just angering me how this guy talks. So this is what he says. One thing Donald loves is celebrities. He loves the famous, Stern told his listeners. He loves it. He loves to be in the mix. Of course, a lot of people like to be in the mix. Almost all of us would want to hang around celebrities because it, gives us opportunities that we don't normally have, obviously. So he goes on to say this kind of baloney. The oddity in all of this is the people Trump despises most love him the most, the shock jock continued. The people who are voting for Trump, for the most part, he wouldn't even let them in a freaking hotel. He'd be disgusted by them. Go to Mar-a-Lago, see if there are any people who look like you. I'm talking to you in the audience. Now that's really, first of all, very condescending. And I understand, look, there is a hierarchy as far as wealth. I mean, there's people that are going to look better, they're going to look richer, they're going to have the nicest clothes. Look, you're never going to avoid that. That is just the way life goes. For you to try to make it equal, what, everybody is going to be rich? That just doesn't, the world doesn't work that way. You have to work hard, you have to have something, you have to be able to overcome certain things to get to that point. I mean, obviously it's not true of everybody, but you know what? You can't live your whole life being bitter, and so I don't understand what Howard Stern is trying to get at here. He's just trying to, again, it's all like it's this class envy, just trying to create this tension between the classes, and it doesn't really bode well. It's not a good situation. It doesn't create good feelings. Certainly not feel good at all. So he goes on to say, "I don't hate Donald," he added. "I hate you for voting for him, for not having intelligence." Now, Mr. Howard Stern, let me just let you know that that's a very ignorant thing to say. Okay, first of all, myself, Michaelantonio. You didn't know this, but I will tell you. My intelligence quotient qualifies me for Mensa. That is the society for the brainiacs. I am Mensa qualified according to my intelligence quotient. I won't tell you exactly what it is, but it's more than adequate for Mensa. So for him to say you don't have intelligence, that is just a gross miscalculation on his part. I happen to know many intelligent, wise people who voted for Donald Trump. So, I think Howard Stern, obviously, he's a shock jock, so he says a lot of stupid crap. That's just the way he is. But this is just over the top because, again, we're in the middle of a war here. We're in the middle of a war for the soul of this country. And we know what side Stern is taking here. He's taking the idiotic side. So here we go. I'm going to read some more on this. Stern's tirade comes after the entertainer said President Trump should resign over his late April comments about injecting disinfectants to combat the Chinese coronavirus and suggested that Trump supporters should attend a massive rally where they can ingest disinfectant and all drop dead. Really, Howard? Really, dumbass? Seriously? First of all, that was debunked. We all know that Donald Trump didn't say you should inject like Lysol and deadly disinfectants into the body. That's not what he said. He was simply following a directive from medical experts who said that they're coming up with technologies to allow certain types of disinfectants, obviously doctor-prescribed disinfectants, to be injected into the body. He wasn't saying you should go home and start, swallowing Lysol. Okay, so, these people are just, they're disgusting. They're disgusting for lying about this, you know. So here's what he says. He goes on to say, I would love it if Donald would get on TV and take an injection of Clorox, and let's see if his theory works. Let him volunteer, or hold a big rally. Say F this coronavirus with all of his followers, and let them hug each other and kiss each other and have a big rally, said Stern. A big cocktail of disinfectant, co-host Robin Quivers quipped. Come on, Robin, do not, hey, look, you know, it's appropriate. Her name is Robin, because, yeah, that is Batman. He's bat crazy. That's what he is. But, you know, yeah, Robin, why are you getting involved? Why are you agreeing with him? Seriously, Robin, come on. Show a little intelligence. You ought to tell him off, man. Be a little more courageous against him. He gets a little crazy sometimes. Can't you kind of bring him back to reality? Seriously? Come on, Robin. You really disappoint me, you know? So the shock jock replied to her, yeah, and I'll take disinfectant and I'll drop dead. Yeah. You know, okay, oh, you're funny. You're not a funny guy anymore, Howard. No, you're not. And so then he says, it's an embarrassment. And then the bigger embarrassment is the insult to my intelligence where he goes, I was being sarcastic. There was no sarcasm, he added. And if he was being sarcastic, that is even worse. People are dying. There's no time for sarcasm. Really, Howard? You just get done being sarcastic? You just got done being sarcastic. Your whole shtick is sarcasm. You're going to tell me that, oh, so you're allowed to be sarcastic, but the president's not? First of all, I don't know whether, you know what? I think the president, he was not being sarcastic. I think he said that as a defense mechanism because he's been under attack by the leftist media for how long now? Ever since he won the presidency, actually before he won the presidency. Ever since he, declared for the presidency, he's been attacked by them. So of course he's on edge. Of course he's on the defensive. I mean, it's, but see, we know why he had to do that, and he shouldn't have to. So shame on the media, not shame on him. Shame on you, Howard. So President Trump later clarified that he wasn't being serious when he asked medical experts about injecting disinfectant, saying, I was asking a sarcastic and very sarcastic question to the reporters in the room about disinfectant on the inside. I don't know if he was or not, but that's not the point. He was repeating what certain medical experts have said about emerging technologies and disinfectants for the body. That's a fact. So, I don't know. And now they're saying, of course, this isn't the first time Stern has lashed out at President Trump and his supporters. In January 2019, Stern ridiculed the president's plans to construct a U.S.-Mexico border wall, referring to it as a political stunt to whip up support from morons. Really? Really? Oh, come on, Howard. You're repeating the leftist line. I mean, it's important to have a border wall. We know that. So I don't understand why you're doing this, So here's what he says about it. You're talking about building a massive wall across this country on the southern border. It's a tremendous amount of property and a tremendous amount of area to cover, said Stern. You're not going to get a whole wall for $5 billion. If you really want a wall, it's probably going to cost you some trillions of dollars. Actually, no, Howard, you're wrong. You're wrong. It's not going to cost that. Now, I don't know if it's only going to cost $5 billion, but I can tell you this much. We spend several times that amount of money by allowing the number of illegal aliens across our border every year. So the bottom line is you actually end up saving money in the long run by having a wall. That's a fact. What did they say? In social services alone, it costs something to the effect of, almost $40 billion a year, some crazy amount of money. So if you're going to spend, let's say you're going to spend $50 billion to build a wall. I don't think it's going to be that much, but let's say it does cost $50 billion. You're actually going to save money in the long run by doing that. Because if you're spending almost that amount every year on social services for illegal immigrants, you're actually saving money by spending a one-time fee of even $50. Again, it's not going to be that expensive, but even if it were, you're still saving money in the long run. So I don't think Howard Stern knows what he's talking about. He's trying to be smart, but he's not. He's not really that smart, guys. Sorry. So then, this is what he says. This is his parting shot. He says, I would love to see Donald come on last night and go, F this, I'm not going to bull crap, you guys. I want 20 billion, he added. Well, like I said, even if he said that he wanted 20 billion, so what? Let's say it is 20. Again, doesn't matter. You're still saving money in the long run. This is what I'm talking about. Howard Stern doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just spewing a bunch of garbage. And so who are the idiots? People that are listening to his podcasts, listening to his radio programs? They believe what he's telling them when he says crap like that? They're going to believe that? Seriously? It's amazing to me. It's just amazing how these people, I don't know how they get away with this stuff. I don't know how they do it. Oh, here's another story. You want to talk about idiots. Michael Rappaport. Remember this winter? This piece of garbage? Yeah, this guy, on Mother's Day, he did this, mind you, which, these people are disgusting. The hatred in their heart is so thick that they literally will use Mother's Day as a weapon. It's horrible. So this is what Michael Rappaport's up to. He says he uses Mother's Day to attack the Trump family. Now listen to this one. Left-wing actor Michael Rappaport used Mother's Day to attack the First family, calling First Lady Melania Trump useless as a First Lady. Really? Happy Mother's Day, tweeted Rappaport on Sunday. I hope you're a better mother than you are a First Lady. You're useless as a First Lady. Literally, at FLOTUS, added the little boy actor, along with the hashtag MILFs. Now, you guys know what MILF means, okay? So he's literally calling her a MILF. He's saying, he's trying to turn this into like a, trying to say that she's no better than just a piece of meat, basically a sex object, okay? And we know why he's doing this. He's just, it's just horrible. Rappaport also used Mother's Day as an excuse to attack President Trump's ex-wife, Ivana Trump, as well as her and the president's two sons, Eric and Donald Trump Jr. Happy Mother's Day to the lady that spawned these two blowjobs, tweeted the fugly actor on Sunday. This is not Rappaport's first time exhibiting unhinged and untoward behavior on social media. Last month, the small-time Crooks actor attacked Melania Trump, calling her a dumb animal in response to her public service announcement on the deadly Chinese coronavirus pandemic. During her PSA, Mrs. Trump suggested safety tips and said that while many of us are apart, we are all in this together. And then this is what Michael Rappaport had to say because he's a sick piece of garbage. Look at this dumb F. She thinks this is sexy time. Dumb F, you dumb animal, reacted the bamboozled actor. MAGA, look at what you've done. This guy is just he's a piece of work, Rappaport went on a rant in March, this time demanding that President Trump encourages children, including his 14-year-old son Barron Trump, to leave their houses and potentially expose themselves to the Chinese coronavirus. So now he's actually hoping that these people get sick. He's wishing sickness upon the people that he disagrees with. That's nice. Isn't he a great guy? Why don't you send your effing son, Dick Stain, Donald Trump Jr., Big Tooth Eric Trump, little frickin' Barron, frickin' Ivanka, Junkyard Jared, let them go out there and test the effing waters, said the star of The Naked Man. Literally, this is the way he talks. Let them see if this crap is sweet, he added. Let them take the cars, the trains, the buses, the Amtrak. Let them play in the park. And if everything's good after 5 days of them playing in the streets, we'll all go back to work. Okay. Yeah, okay. This guy's a piece of garbage. Lockdown measures established roughly 1 month ago in response to the Chinese coronavirus have upended businesses across the country and have plunged millions of Americans into unemployment and financial devastation. And this is what Michael Rappaport has to say. He doesn't even care. He's just a sick person. He's a disgusting individual. I can't, I'm done with these people. I can't talk about it anymore. So anyway, while I have you here, go to my website, michaelantonio.biz, and you can find me. Of course, I have lots of links to my YouTube. If you're seeing this on YouTube, then of course you're already here. Make sure you hit that notification bell and subscribe. And of course, if you're seeing this on Facebook, I got plenty of links on my website, michaelantonio.biz. Just click on little ads like this for my YouTube page. And again, go to that notification bell. I just, I get, these people just make me, they make me very angry. Angry. So if you're angry like I am, you got to go to my shop and go ahead and order some things. I actually designed this MAGA hat. It looks a little different than your standard MAGA hat, but it looks cool. I have stuff like this, different colors. It's kind of like the chic MAGA hat. It's something that everybody can wear. It's and again, it might not draw too much attention and bring anger because it's not the red color, but it does let people know how you feel, and it looks cool. So go to my shop. Several ways to get to my shop. I have the link on my webpage, Hot Gifts, under Hot Gifts. I have a Trump shop, dedicated Trump shop there in the drop-down menu. Make sure you check that out. And I'm just saying, I mean, this is, it is what it is. So please, check out everything I have available. Please do. I definitely would love that. Also, this is my Twitter page, @michaelantonio. Visit me on Twitter. I would love to have you. And of course, like I said, go to my Facebook. Now I've got my main, this is my, let's see, if I go to my main Facebook, this is my personal page here. And then of course I have my web page as well, my Facebook page, my professional page I should say. I don't know how professional it is, but so guys, do not hesitate to check that out. And again, yeah, when you see people like this, like Michael Rappaport and Howard Stern, they're just unhinged. They had a certain worldview that they clung to, and that was widely subscribed to in this country because people didn't know any better. They didn't understand what the leftist government was doing to people. And so when you've got people that are famous, that have a little influence, that cling to that kind of belief system, they're just going to use their influence to try to hurt anything that opposes it, And it's rotten. It's really rotten. It's a terrible thing, Just craziness. So guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me rant about these idiots on here. And please do not hesitate to visit my web page. It's got a lot of cool information. You can also, when you go there, you can subscribe to my newsletters. They come into your mailbox every day, and it'll give you your daily news, stuff you need to know about what's going on in the world, and it's all kind of compiled. I bring a lot of stuff in. I have a lot of stories on there, and so you can get all your information. I even have a section that I love. It's called Strange. If you go to my categories, you can go to the drop-down menu and go ahead and click on Strange. It's at the very bottom, almost the bottom. And when you go there, it has like strange stories, things that you are not going to get on a lot of the mainstream websites. So, for example, there's a story here about a strip club that offers drive-through service during the lockdown. Now, that's not appropriate for me. I don't do that, but, it's just an interesting story. You got all kinds of weird stuff going on. You've got, let me see if I can find something really funny. Something really strange and really funny. Let's see. Free milk and potatoes in the U.S. to avoid waste. There you go. That's another one. Let's see here. Yeah, I got all kinds of cool stuff. All kinds of cool stuff. Let's see. Scruffy dogs head to groomer as Thailand goes back to work. Oh, this one here. A 5-year-old pulled over by cops on his way to buy a Lamborghini. How about that? This is the kind of stuff I have on the page. You've got all kinds of cool stories. So, and also I've got my stuff that all my videos that I have on YouTube. So a lot of cool stuff. I've got entertainment. I've got music. I've got politics. I've got sports. I've got, breaking news. That's important to you. So please don't hesitate to visit me, and I would really love that if you would. And I'll be right back after this quick message, okay?
Hey guys, if you want more great content from me, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Come on, what are you waiting for?
Thank you very much. So I will go back to the main page here. So let's run down it again, real quick. If you go to @michaelantonio for Twitter, follow me there. And of course, facebook.com/michaelantonio.music. You can find me on Facebook and a lot of places. So thanks for listening, and I'm going to see you very, very soon, guys. Ciao, everybody.
Find something new. There's no other way to let you know it's time for you to go.